Here we are. Welcome, welcome. We are all set. How you doing, Vane and Aces? Welcome into the chat. Vane, congratulations on the first. And Aces, congratulations on the 3-stream streak. Everybody, it's all just 3-stream streaks. That's really hard to say, by the way. Hello. Hello, Bug. Hello. How are ya? Welcome in. What? I think you missed something in there. I think there's a W in there. Or, wait. Baust Bear. Isn't there something else? Baust Bear B. Oh, yeah. No, that's right. Oh, no, it's Baswit Bear. Baswit Bear. B-A-S-W. Baswit Bear B. It didn't sound right. Baswit Bear B. Yes, a bubbler. Beverage. Yes, it is a Pitaya Berry Nectar. It's a good one. One of my favorites, I think. It gets cycled into my favorites every now and then. Sitting down doing your contract work for the evening. Nice. I mean, in its own way. Shitty, but also nice. I am honestly surprised that I started stream this close to 8 o'clock because I was working late tonight as well. Like I worked until like 7 o'clock. So I am very tired. But I don't think we have a whole lot left of the game. We're at about 85% of the way through. So we're gonna play till we finish it. But I'm also exhausted. Not Sid, welcome in. I'm fucking hungry, yo. Get some food. Eat something. Eat something. Do. What sounds like a Vanism for PDST? I missed it. Doing your contract work for the evening? Is that it? Contract, yeah. Yeah. Maybe it is. Maybe that's really what that means for Bug. That would be a decent solution, but you don't feel like cooking. Well, okay. Understandable. I started cooking quesadillas for the kids because I didn't make dinner until after I was done with my work stuff. And I started making like chicken for the quesadillas and like grilling that up and seasoning it and stuff. And then halfway through, when I finished making the meat, now I was about to like fry out, get the pan going to make the quesadillas. I was like, I'm done. I'm just making hot dogs. And I threw hot dogs in the air fryer, and we ate those because they take a lot less time and make a lot less dishes. But now we have seasoned chicken for quesadillas. Where's your quesadilla? Oh, Luma. Hang on. Gotta go back. That was a good the noise. Noise! That's Future Rush's, like, I don't know, bat signal or something. Thanks. Now I'm probably going to order some Taco Bell delivery. You're welcome. That sounds like a good thing. Thank you for redeeming the noise, Luma, and welcome into the chat. Did I use adobo for the chicken? No, I did not. No, I did not. I just used a premix taco seasoning that we had on hand. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy this time. Vayner deemed treat. My bag of jelly beans is significantly diminished since the last time I opened it. I haven't taken a jelly bean out of here since before Thanksgiving. Ooh, Tutti Frutti. Tutti Frutti. And there are a lot fewer jelly beans in there because one of my nieces was here during Thanksgiving and like fucking ate like a quarter of the bag of my jelly beans. I didn't say they could do that. Whatever. That Tutti Frutti didn't taste very good. It tasted like bubblegum. Which bubblegum is fine, but weird. It's payday after all. You're allowed to treat yourself. There you go. Had to watch Bug Doctor's 2021 AGDQ run for commentary tips. Ooh. Whose run are you doing commentary for? Future Rush, or are you allowed to say? Is this a secret? What torture that must have been. Oh, for the race tomorrow. Oh, that's right. I forgot that you're I guess I knew you were hosting. I didn't know you were doing commentary as well. That's awesome. Fucking kids, stay out of my stash. Honestly, if they would have asked, I would have said yes. But just like giant freaking just randomly eating a whole bunch of jelly beans out of a bag you found, I don't know, it's weird. Welcome into the chat, Shadow. I heard talk of chocolate chip cookie ingredients in here. You did? What did I say? Jelly beans? Tutti Frutti? What? Adobo? Race. Yes, a Star Tropics race. I will not be participating in said race. So, there is no command for the race. I didn't make one because I didn't think to. But Future Rush and Shadow have all the info. You heard taco seasoning, you're pretty sure? Yes, I did say taco seasoning. Do you put taco seasoning in your cookies? Is that what this is all about? Yep, a lot of cumin in there. When is the race? I might be able to co-commentate. It's in the race channel. In the Star Tropics Discord. So, you talk to Shadow and Future Rush as they're hosting and such. About 20 months ago, I said in a co-op stream on Laser Dante's channel that I would do a Star Tropics commentary if my community donated 10,000 bits. Oh, did they reach it? Did they reach 10,000? Beverage? What? Has it been that long? I've only been streaming 20 minutes. Is it every 15? How did that happen? Beverage. Reached on October 3rd. There you go. Very nice. Dentist appointment tomorrow. Oh, damn. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work then. Sly title screen simulator, yeah. Too much chatting going on. I had to start the game because I didn't want to be a just chatting stream. Uh-oh. Whoa. Hello. Okay. Guess we're dead now. Imagine scheduling a dentist appointment that early? Oh, Bugwife has a dentist appointment tomorrow at 8 a.m. That's usually when my dentist appointments are, but I try to schedule them for right before work. So that I can just go to the dentist, then I can just go right to work from there. But not on a weekend. That's ridiculous. Wait, what? There we go. Ooh, another one of these. Did a weekend because that was the only option. Well, that late in the afternoon would be fine on a weekend, I guess. Well, I will try to be there for like, I know I'm gonna be out. So wait, that'll be. When is it? It's 1 Eastern? 1 o'clock Eastern time? Yeah. Nah, I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna be out and about at that time. Well, I might have to go back and watch. I would like to see Future Rush commentary on Star Tropics. Knowing how much Future Rush not so secretly loathes Star Tropics. Big story for me this week is that I made chocolate chip cookies while they were cooling. I ate a taco, then I ate cookies and noticed nothing unusual. Shadow, you got some interesting taste buds. We had a lot of talks about various odd spices and ingredients put into your creations. Rapid fire assault. Yeah, oot and a boot. Oot and a boot.
This vehicle is identical to the one you found in Miss Ruby's lair. Someone with some serious high-tech skills must be providing these guys with hardware. The 5th member of the Fiendish Five, perhaps?
Oh, I can break that open. Let me guess, the cinnamon wasn't cinnamon, it was cumin. Cuminim. Classic mistake. You put cumin in my cinnamon. As I pondered, I opened the cabinet and reached for the cinnamon on the spice rack. I grabbed the canister of brown powder beginning with a C, where I grabbed the cinnamon from the night before. You know, cumin is kind of more of a yellow. It's like a yellowish, orangish color. Cinnamon is like brown. Cumin toast crunch. Checkpoint! It's like Plinko. Oh no! Oh, I see. I have to find the right one. Right here. Golden brown. Yeah, I'll give you that. Definitely distinct from cinnamon. But I mean, if it wouldn't have happened, we wouldn't have had this great story. I think the story is worth it. Oh God, am I dead? No, I have a thing. Okay. Luckily, they're still edible. Just odd. Yeah, like, are they good? Are they, like, weird but good? It's just like one of those strange combinations. It's like, I'd fucking, well, yeah, they're fucking cookies. And they still got all the other stuff in them. Probably just a little spicy is all. Is someone supposed to be shooting me right now? Okay. Not good, but okay. Not spicy either. I guess I should specify. I mean, like spice, like it's got a lot of like strange spice to it, like a kick to it, not like a heat thing, you know. They're simply taco chocolate chip cookies. Ah, yes, that classic recipe. How was Ms. Ruby? Easy peasy. Easy peasy. That whole section of levels was like the easiest set. One of the sprints took a couple tries. I think it was the graveyard one. It was the one with the ghosts. The time, or it wasn't hard to get there in the time limit. It was more difficult to like time the hits on the enemies and stuff. A desperate race. Oh, these things are, this first race was really tough. I'm sure this one will also be difficult.
Snow cone stand, and I think to myself, hey Murray, you gotta keep your energy up. So I hurry over here, and then all of a sudden, monkeys are everywhere, bugging me to race them 3 times around this track for a key.
You could use the key. Think you could take them?
Come on, Sly, they're a pack of monkeys. How can I lose?
All right, remember, steer with the left stick and press square to use any nitro boosts you collect. Keep clear of those icy patches.
Icy
Thanks
patches?
for the advice, Sly, but trust me, I got this under control.
That was weird. That was the first time that there was where I had to initiate, or I had to press a button to skip text. I think it's the first time it's ever happened in the game, at least that I can remember. Most of the text is automatic. Odd. Be able to do this, so they keep stealing all the nitros. Nice. Had two of them there. Oh, I missed it. Should be able to get ahead of this guy. Oh, I thought I had another one. Shoot. Shoot. Oh, I didn't get it. Damn it. Oh, and he took that one. Ah, we lost. We lost. They put these nitros just outside of the... just far enough outside the track that, like, you kind of have to lose a bit of your lead to snag these nitros, but it's worth it. Oh no! That guy's way ahead. What? Come on. Alright, I got 2 laps to get ahead of this guy. We should be good here. Okay. Just maintain the lead now. driving, Murray. Is this fun or boring? I don't know. It's... The nitros don't last very long. The traction is really weird. Like, you kind of bounce all over the place. It's not... It's probably my least favorite of the mini games, I would have to say. Futurist said your question of the day answered: traveling to a couple places, maybe hang gliding. Hang gliding sounds like it would be kind of fun. Luma says, go to a concert. What kind of concert? Any concert? Bug Doctor thinks Future Rush is insane. You can do it off of sand dunes. Oh, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah. North Carolina Outer Banks has it like that. Oh, really? Interesting. Excuse me. I used to be like all about doing that kind of stuff, like I don't know, the big roller coasters, which I still do like roller coasters and stuff, but like, you know, the big like swing rides and crazy like thrill rides and stuff. I never did like bungee jumping or skydiving or anything like that. Go to Japan, talk about Star Tropics to whomever will listen. And just imagine you out there like a like an evangelical. Let me tell you the good news about Star Tropics. 40.
Freeze, raccoon!
How can I freeze when my
it's one
heart
of these
wants the very
levels.
sight of you?
Shut up, ringtail. I don't know what you're doing here in China, but I'm sure it can't be good for whoever owns this place.
You must only have eyes for me if you're too blind to see what's going on around here.
All I see is a pathetic thief who's escaped justice for far too long.
I'm proud to be a thief, especially when I'm stealing from a vicious extortionist like the Panda King. Open your eyes, detective. These quaint temples are a front for an illegal explosives factory.
Don't try to confuse the issue. You criminals are all the same, and none of you can escape justice.
I didn't get a cough drop. Something stuck in my throat. It's not moving. See if that helps. Okay. Yeah, there's gotta be, I mean, we play Japanese games here. I'm sure they play NES unreleased you know, games over in Japan. You placed an order for Taco Bell on the DoorDash. Are you happy now? I mean, yeah, I'm happy for you. I'm kind of sad that I don't get Taco Bell. How many attempts was the race? 3? 2 or 3? Can't remember. I think it was 3. Oh, hang on. Kablooey! Kablamo! Takashino would listen at least, yeah. I'll still hop in Takashino's stream every now and then. He loves playing those retro games. He's also like opened my eyes to a couple retro games that I had never a couple retro Japanese games that I had never played before. They look pretty cool. He was playing on a Shonen Jump Famicom Mini the other day. He was like going through all the games on that. Bum 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 bum. Sure, I'm not missing anything. This seems like it would be a difficult level to backtrack on. Oh god. Almost got fucking crushed. What? What's happening? Oh, I got it. Oh, God. Wasn't expecting that to happen. Whoa. Whoa. That was close. What's the goal here? Oh. I love when they move the camera away from what I should be looking at. Two more. What? Oh, they come back. I know. I missed two somewhere. Unless they're up here. Oh, yeah, I think they're...
Watch your back, Cooper. When you least expect it, I'll be there.
Interview Nakazu and find out how ferrying through doors was intended. Whether they deliberately programmed neutral jumping as a combat technique and other stuff like that. Talking about Zelda 2, of course. Ah, the voice acting of this era. It's not awful. It's not the worst. Yeah, I was gonna say it's not really bad. The voice acting is, I don't think it's the voice acting that's the problem, actually. The voice acting is pretty good. The facial expressions on the characters don't really match up with the voice acting. Like, the facial expressions seem much more emotive than the voice acting lends it. Like, especially for Sly. Sound like they're reading from a script. I mean, yeah. If, even at this time, like, voice acting wasn't a really, like, voice acting in video games wasn't as well paid as it is now. It wasn't really something that people weren't really seeking out the most professional of voice actors, for their roles and stuff. I think it was a way to kind of cut costs sometimes.
Freeze, raccoon!
How can I freeze when my heart warms at the very sight of you?
Shut up, Ringtail. I don't know what you're doing here in China, but I'm sure it can't be good for whoever owns this place.
You must only have eyes for me if you're too blind to see what's going on around here.
All I see is a pathetic thief who's escaped justice for far too long.
I'm proud to be a thief.
Can I skip
Especially when
this?
I'm stealing from a vicious
I can't
extortionist
skip it?
like the
I
Panda
already
King.
did this.
Open your eyes, detective. These quaint temples are a front for an illegal explosives factory.
Don't try to confuse the issue. You criminals are all the
Yeah,
same.
Sly
and
is
none of you can escape justice.
Sly has the worst voice acting in the game that I've found so far. Everybody else is pretty good. Sly's is not great. You gotta look around corners and stuff. Oops. Oops. The main character would be not the worst. Oh, by the way. By the way, says Bud. Where I left yesterday, I think you mentioned you wanted to know what I thought of Prison City so far. Oh yeah, I did. Oh, here it is. There we go. Alright. Let's get to the end. Very good. Great pixel art. Plays super well. Whoa! Interesting level mechanic and bosses. What's interesting about the level mechanics? Like, just unique and different and like varying and stuff. A lot of customization with respect to difficulty. Well, that's good. That's always a positive, I think. Difficulty accessibility is it's never a bad thing. Power blade. Oh, sure. That's cool. Who did Prison City? Was that produced by Retroware? I don't know who developed it. Programmancer. Retroware published. Retroware is surprising me in terms of their like some of the early games that they were publishing were like mid-tier stinkers.
Unfortunately,
I've been kinda
this
knocking it out.
vault code appears to have been written in owl dialect. I won't be able to crack the code and defeat the bird who created it. Unfortunately, this vault code appears to have been written in owl dialect. I won't be able to crack the code until we meet and defeat the bird who created it.
Bird who created it? What? Okay. Weird.
Watch your back, Cooper. When you least expect it, I'll be there.
I guess I have to go defeat some kind of boss or something. That's the first one. It's the first one that's happened on. So we can't do the time trial then yet. Okay. Okay. I should have enough keys now. Boink. Can as soon as you finish the stage. There was no timer up that I saw. We'll come back to it later. It's fine. Am I missing one? Oh, I have to hit it.
See that ring on the bundle of fireworks? Hook onto it with your cane to hitch your ride.
Whoa! Whoa! Flame foo. Why can't they deliver DoorDash with drones?
Cane of notorious Cooper
I'm sure they
thief
could.
land. Have you come here for revenge? To steal back the Thievius Raccoonus?
That was my plan at first, but now I'm more interested in putting an end to your avalanche extortion racket.
Why should you care if I bury a few worthless village in snow? You are a thief, just like me.
No, that's only half right. I am a thief from a long line of master thieves, while you're just a frustrated firework artist turned homicidal pyromaniac.
Got him.
Insolent child. You shall pay dearly for your disrespect. Still,
How tiny his feet are.
to honor
The
your
size of his
Cooper
hands.
ancestry, I will send you to your
This guy's got
room
some proportion
with the
issues.
beauty of
And
my
most of the
new
characters in this game
firework
do.
technique. Flame foo.
I bet you're right, bud. I bet he does.
Fiery wheel.
Oh.
Fiery wheel. Fiery wheel. Fiery wheel. Fiery wheel. Fiery
Oh.
Fiery wheel. Fiery wheel.
Boing.
Booming chop. Fiery wheel. Booming chop. Booming chop. Fire.
Boing.
Booming chop. Bombs of thunder. Booming chop. Booming chop.
Boing.
Bombs of thunder. Fiery wheel. Bombs of thunder. Fiery wheel. Booming chop. Your skill with that cane is unparalleled.
Oh.
Sly, I did a cross-analysis of the metal used in that high-tech black volcano in Russia. That's got to be where we'll find the 5th member of the Fiendish Five. So get what you came for and let's get out of here.
Retrieving the
got it.
Panda King section of the Thievius Raccoonus gave me a chance to learn about my technically minded ancestor, Otto Van Cooper. Not known for his physical dexterity, Otto relied on vehicles to aid him in his criminal endeavors. Armed with his designs, I was sure Murray would be able to make some cool modifications to the team van. A frustrated Inspector Fox, having missed me coming down the mountain, threw the Panda King in jail, thus putting an end to his avalanche protection services and ensuring the safety of mountain villages throughout China. My gang and I took a little time off and did some shopping in Hong Kong. Thoroughly relaxed, we headed home to plan our next move.
Okay, partner, this is it! A trip to Clockwork's lair!
Oh, look, an owl.
We were on our way to the Krakharov volcano in Russia. While looking over what little information I had on the final member of the Fiendish Five, I began to notice something. In the 4 parts of the Thievius Raccoonus recovered so far, several of the pictures depict a shadowy owl-like figure, which looks very similar to the police images of the mysterious Clockwork. Is this a strange coincidence, or is there something I'm missing?
Sly Cooper in the cold heart of hate.
Hey, Sly! The road to Clockwork's fortress is blocked. Do me a favor and shoot out that lock for me, would you, pal? Whoa! Check out all those mines! Think you can blow them away and clear a safe path for us?
You got it, Marie.
Bingo! My scanners indicate the Clockwork is holed up in that owl-shaped tower.
First things first, we've got hostile robo-falcons at 12 o'clock, Sly.
That's no tower, it's a giant death ray! Sly, take out those rocks or we're in trouble!
Heads up! The robo-falcons are back! Getting swarmed!
Whoa! Whoa! Oh, shit. Am I dead?
Nice shooting, Sly! Looks like we're in the clear.
Hit once.
That cave doesn't look tall enough for the turret to make it all the way through.
Burning rubber.
We've got to get through that security door on the far side of the cavern. The only way to unlock it is to analyze at least 60 of those hanging computers.
Would have been easy to get at them if Murray hadn't thrashed our new turret.
Yeah, won't be a problem. I can hack the computer's connection coupling so they'll fall to the ground. Then, Murray will have to run over them with the van.
Okay, and Murray, remember to use our new battering ram by hitting the square button if anyone tries to keep you from those computers.
Murray, there are only 119
Holy
Now
cow.
we have enough data to open the security doors. Just past them is the control room.
Hey, he said there was only
to
119
that
computers.
tower.
There's more than that.
I think it's time for some Cooper thieving and sabotage. Don't you think, Sly? Careful, Sly. Those tiles are booby trapped.
Booby
You
trapped.
better get out of there.
Hold on. That's Carmelita. She looks trapped.
Serves that cop right. She's been dogging us from the start.
It's just a misunderstanding. We've got to free her.
Are you crazy, Sly? Clockwork probably stuck her there to trap you.
But if I don't do anything, Carmelita's doomed. Besides, stealing just won't be any fun without her.
Sly, your ridiculous raccoon logic sends shivers up my shell. But if you're determined to go through with this, that barrel will undoubtedly help, though I have no idea how you'll get up there.
Dude, a spire jump here, a rail slide there. I've done this a million times.
She's been dogging us from the start. Wait. Guess I don't. Oh. Oh, I see. I was trying to grab that thing up there. Oh. Woo. Rip. Okay, so that's like the rugs in the first area. This game looks really great from for PS2. Oh, yeah, it really does. Welcome into the chat, Lyra. I love this game. I am having a wonderful time with it. It looks beautiful. Plays really well. It's awesome. Oh, shoot. I didn't know that was there. Okay. Oh no. Ooh, close. No!
Sly Cooper. I should have known you were behind this.
You got me wrong, Miss Fox. I'm here to rescue you.
You sentimental fool. Empathy has always been the downfall of the Cooper clan.
I knew this was a trap. Looks like I'm going to have to do some fast and furious hacking to shut down that gas before Sly's brain is turned to cheese.
Jeez. Yo, Bentley's turn. Let's go.
Haven't had to do this in a while. Okay, I use the left analog stick to steer and the right analog stick to
Yeah,
my
dual stick
hacker's
shooter
nose.
again.
Those three data packets need to be destroyed if I'm going to get at the yellow security code. Uh-oh. Well, looks like I triggered one of Clockwork's security algorithms. Stay sharp, Bentley. Level 3!
That hurts me if I run into those. I wonder what's happening. Okay, let's try it again.
Level 2! Level 3!
Oh, there's one over there.
Level 4!
Whoa! Okay, one shot kill from that guy. Okay. Huh.
Level 2!
So you can get hit by debris and it only takes 1 damage, but if you get hit by any of those shots, you're dead.
I wouldn't believe it if I hadn't just seen it with my own eyes.
We got a raid from somebody. Oh god. Oh, I'm stuck in here. Okay, grab that. Hang on. Okay. Latalis coming with the quirky raid. A very quirky raid. Welcome in, Latalis and Raiders. ZeroCounts here. Casual streamer these days. Playing some Sly Cooper. We're getting very close to the end of this thing. How was your stream? I believe you were playing Etrian Odyssey today. How'd it go? Is that it? I gotta take down the boss now, or what?
No code can stand before me.
Nope. Yeah, thanks for giving Natalis a
Sly,
shout out
I was
there.
wrong about you. Break me out of this force field by smashing its base, and I'll make it up to you somehow.
A temporary truce.
I don't get it, Cooper. I've hunted you for years, tried to throw you behind bars, but when you get a chance to leave me in a cage, you set me free. Why?
Carmelita, we may be on opposite sides of the law, but you're not my enemy. Now, the homicidal robotic owl that built this death ray and nearly gassed us to death, that guy's on my list.
I see your point. All right. Until Clockwork and his evil schemes are destroyed, I suggest we work together.
Together at last. Huh, wait. I need that cane. It's been in my family for generations.
Don't worry, Ringtail. I'll cover you while you get it back. If you can, make your way to the top of the death ring. I stashed my jetpack there before Clockwork nabbed me.
Now that we're a team and all, I need to leave your side.
Hold on. This truce is only temporary. Once we beat Clockwork, I'm coming after you.
Really?
Well, maybe I'll give you a 10-second head start.
There. Oh. 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 I was waiting for me to get to control Sly, and I'm not. I just took a hit because I didn't know what was happening. Etrian Odyssey went well. Finishing up the grind to get everybody up to level 30. I'm a little worn out from the short 45-minute board booster stream. So I didn't go for very long. Yeah, 45 minutes board booster stream. The dialogue is so derpy. Yeah, you know, it does what it needs to. You did it. 3 stream streak. Look at that. No Flash Beat, welcome in the chat. Time to defeat that robot pigeon. Are we on to number 2 after this? Not immediately. I'll play number 2 sometime, probably next year at some point. Sometime in 2024, but I won't move right into it. I like to put some space in between sequels. Otherwise I just get burnt out. You're on 3, but it wouldn't collect. What do you mean it wouldn't collect? Gonna feed my dog and get some pizza. Nice. Oh, there he is. Stream watch streak. Oh, yeah, it's weird. It's been doing some weird stuff for people. Doesn't really make any sense. Oh. Whoa! You dead? Yeah, he's dead. I killed him. I shot him. I shot him dead. Is that game over? No, we're on last life here. Hey! No! It's right there. Snake! Snake!
Nice job, Raccoon.
There's Carmelita's jetpack right where she said it would be. The magnetronic support field for the death ray got destroyed as you were making a run for your cane. You'd better hurry, this whole thing is about to fall apart.
I'm on it.
Wait, am I controlling this? No.
It's thinking.
Watch streaks are as fickle as Twitch's policy on artistic nudity. Yeah. Got him.
Fast! Climb, Sly, climb!
Oh! Climb, Sly, climb!
Smash through those gears with your cane!
Oh, okay. That's just gonna jump over. Oh, we're dead. We're dead. Yeah. Okay. Oh god. For God's sakes. Now we don't got them titties. God. Oh, grown grass fed. Do. Do. Oh, man. What? I don't know where I am. I didn't see a platform. Whoa. Okay. Well, that was weird. I'm gonna die here. Too low. Yep. Might as well start over. Bump, 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 bump. 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 Made it in there. Ooh, this is the weird part right here. What? I can't tell when I'm like making it, like connecting on something here. Alright. I think I have that part figured out. That bought us a lot of time. Getting ahead of that one cycle. Oh! He skipped one. What am I looking for here? I don't, is it this? That's not a platform. What am I looking? This doesn't have... We're here? Okay.
Okay, that jetpack is easy to fly. Use the left analog stick to aim and steer, and press the square button to fire its rockets. Sly! Behind you!
Sly Cooper, you have escaped my gas chamber and destroyed my death ray. Remarkable. You Coopers always find a way to beat me.
Always. So that was you in the background of all those old pictures in the Thievius Raccoonus. How old are you?
Perfection has no age.
What? You're immortal?
Revenge is the prime ingredient in the fountain of youth.
Welcome in,
I've kept
Zero.
myself alive for hundreds of years with a steady diet of jealousy and hate, awaiting a day when I would quickly eclipse your family's thieving reputation.
Sly! My missiles don't hurt him but seem to create holes in his armor. Shoot into the gaps I create!
You're the weakest Cooper I've yet met. My skills are superior. You can't dodge me forever. You cannot save me.
Nice shooting, Sly! You got him!
I doubt
Oh,
that.
that's one tough out.
I don't get it. You're so familiar with my family. You must have known my father had a son. If you hated the Coopers so much, why did you let me live when you stole the Thievius Raccoonus?
Because
You're
I
my
was
father.
so world that without your precious book, the Cooper line was nothing.
Ah, well, there's where you're wrong. The Thievius Raccoonus doesn't create
No,
great
Sly.
thieves. It takes
I
great thieves to
am
create
your
the Thievius
father.
Raccoonus.
Enough, Sly Cooper. It ends here. I will finish you like I finished your father. And the Cooper line will be erased and the only
I am your Raccoonus. Oh, okay, I gotta go in the middle of that. Superman 64 of this stuff. Okay.
You're the weakest Cooper I've yet met.
Shoot his anus right here.
Cannot save me. My intellect is refined. My experience
What?
is greater.
It's really hard to line up.
My skills are superior.
Excuse me. There we go. Alright, let's focus on the rings this time and not shooting the orbs.
I've analyzed Clockwork's attack pattern. Fly through the
Oh,
center
I
of the
know,
ring charges
Bentley.
to avoid their radial blast.
Oh, I don't have to shoot those things on top of them.
My experience
I just have to dodge the shots. Okay. I thought I had to take down the things that were shooting me.
You're the weakest Cooper I've yet encountered.
Oh, That's much easier.
My intellect is refined. My experience is greater. You cannot escape me. My skills are superior. You're the weakest creeper I've yet You can't dodge me forever.
It's really hard to tell if you're in the center of these things. Whoa. God. You're like just big enough to get in the middle of it.
My skills are superior.
Taco Bell is so fucking good. Of course it is. I'd be concerned if it wasn't. What happened to it?
You cannot escape me.
Sploosh. Oh, they gave me a... kind of want to get hit once. They gave me a pity horseshoe. There we go. I don't need your pity.
You're the weakest creeper I've yet encountered. You can't dodge me forever.
Now's your only chance, Sly! You've got to get to his head and destroy it before his auto...
I am. 7.
Oh, what?
My intellect is refined. My experience is greater. My
Hit me.
skills are superior. You're the weakest creeper I've yet encountered. dodge me forever.
Okay, good. Okay.
You cannot escape me, Cooper Raccoon.
No! Ah. What is the sound supposed to be when you pass through a ring? I don't know. Doesn't make very much of a sound, I don't think. I'll have to listen closer this time.
My intellect is refined. My experience is great. My skills are superior. You're the weakest Cooper I've yet encountered.
Come on.
You cannot escape me.
Can't reach it. There we go. Oh, I gotta take a hit. I still have that horseshoe. We're doing this on one hit. Okay.
You can't dodge me forever.
It doesn't make a noise when I go through it.
I am. 7.
What? Ah.
You're the weakest Cooper I've yet
It
encountered.
doesn't make a noise. Makes a noise like 6 times. When you go through the sound, like through the ring, or like the sound of the ring like coming towards me.
My skills are superior.
Oh, freaking horseshoe. Oh, so the sound, like the ring coming towards me. Good. Oh yeah, it's a dog. It's a dog noise. It is a little weird. Okay.
I am. Room 7. Flowers. Never. Lava tomb. Lay. Feet together. I will live. You'll never be rid of me. Clockwork.
It took some tricky maneuvering, but I managed to snatch that last piece of the Thievius Raccoonus from Clockwork's claw. I had taken down each member of the Fiendish Five: Raleigh, Mugshot, Ms. Ruby, the Panda King,
What about that
and
one?
finally Clockwork.
The one thing?
I'd beaten
We
them
didn't get
all
the
one
one
by
thing
one
yet.
and reclaimed my birthright. Of course, there was no way I could have gotten here without the help of my pals. I know this hasn't been easy for them, yet they stuck with me through it all. Murray, boy, it took a lot of guts for him to get out in the field with me. I know he was scared, but he's got more heart than anyone I've ever known. And thank goodness for Bentley. Without his expertise, I'd have never found my way off that rooftop in Paris. A guy couldn't ask for a better
Dark.
gang of friends. Who could
Only got
ever forget the
98%.
lovely
You
Carmelita?
got to get that last chest.
Looks like
or
we're
that
not gonna be
last,
friends anymore.
Safe. And the
Now that
last sprint.
Clockwork's death ray is out of commission, we're back to playing cops and robbers. I thought for sure she was gonna slap the handcuffs on me right then and there. But instead, she was true to her word and gave me
Life
that
of crime
10-second
does
head
pay,
start. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Smooching? Oh, got her.
I felt bad leaving her stranded on that giant rock, but I knew it wouldn't be long before we'd see each other again.
It's an alternate ending. Sly, you sly bastard. Thank you for the GGs. Luma, Aces, Bug Doctor, Vane. Is this the final boss? I guess so, yeah. There you go. Taco Bell forgot your hot sauce packets, damn. The boss fight is so weird. I like when a game would just like throws a new mechanic at you for the boss fight. Just like throws you off guard. Only if it's done well though, and that one was done pretty well. I liked it. Give you Andros vibes, yeah. Yeah. But there was that one safe that we still couldn't open, and he said they needed to take down the owl-like figure that sealed it. So I'm guessing we can't open that up until we defeated the boss. So we'll have to load it up and see if we can open it up now. Woke up from a nap to Superman 64. Oh, here we go. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, Murray.
to tell you this, Sly, but the Thievius Raccoonus isn't fully restored. You're gonna have to go back and unlock all the vaults to find the pages you're missing.
Well, I was
There
trying.
is some good news, though. A friend of mine in Japan just sent me this really cool movie. And guess what? It's all about us.
いやー危なかった。ま、カルマリータちゃんには悪いけど、今回も俺様たちの勝ちだ。
They made an anime.
このデータファイルがあれば、父ちゃんの敵が撃てる。あれはまだ俺が子供の頃だ。よく父ちゃんの膝の上で遊んでたっけ。俺様の一族は代々伝わる義族の家系。そして受け継がれた技をまとめたのがこのラクーナの秘伝書。その洗練を極めた忍びの技だが、そこには必ず守らなければいけない厳しい掟があった。貴族たる者、名誉にかけて狙うは悪党のみ、善人からは奪わない。ところが俺様が秘伝書を受け継ぐことになった夜、突然5人のギャングがやってきた。奴らは俺を守ろうとした父ちゃんをそしてとうとう見つけ出してしまったんだ。大切なラクーナの秘伝書を。奴らは俺様の全てを奪い
This
や
is
る。
just the intro in
き
Japanese.
っと中に書かれた技を使って悪いことをしでかすに違いねえ。そして俺様は一人ぼっち町の孤児院に入った。
In 2002, this was considered content.
天才発明家、頼れる相棒ベントレー、そしてマーレ。
Bentole.
食いしん坊でち
マーレ
ょっとドジだがまあ憎めない弟分さ。
Bentole.
仲間と一緒に俺様は父ちゃんの敵を討ち、そして秘伝書を取り返す。クーパーの名前に恥じない義族になれるか、それとも失敗してご先祖の顔に泥を塗るのか。さあ俺様たちの運命はどっちだ。
If you beat it in the Japanese version, they came out with a cartoon of us in the United States. Not this one. This one. All right. Let's see. Do. Well, we're not done yet, Luma. Don't spoil our
Freeze,
final
raccoon.
How
collectibles.
can I freeze when my heart warms at the very sight of you?
Shut up,
It's stuff
Ringtail.
they're planning to
I
do
don't know
anyway.
what you're doing here in China.
It's true.
But I'm sure it can't be good
God,
for
we
whoever
can't skip
owns
that.
this
We even
place.
beat the
You
game.
must
I
only
still
have
can't
eyes
skip
for me
this
if you're too
dialogue.
blind to see what's going on around here.
All I see is a pathetic thief who's escaped
Pretty sure you could
justice
skip
for
the
far
other
too
one
long.
that
I'm
had
proud
her
to be a
shooting
thief.
at you.
Especially when I'm stealing from a vicious extortionist like the Panda King. Open your eyes, detective.
Not even in
These quaint
Japanese.
temples are a front for an illegal explosives factory.
Don't try to confuse the issue. You criminals are all the same, and none of you can escape justice.
Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, will this work? Sure does. Good to know. Oh! Almost fell in there. Nice shot, Carmelita. Oh, she did it again. Oh my gosh. Not falling for it a third time. Okay.
Press the circle to enter the vault code. Multiple blood vessels burst in my brain while figuring this out. The code had better be 231.
Oops. None of them were 747.
Amazing! Colonel Reed Cooper's time stopper technique. Press the triangle button and execute a flashbang that will stun all guards in the world for a few seconds. I can see how this might be useful and entertaining too.
And entertaining too.
At long last, the Thievius Raccoonus restored to its original state. The first time I held the whole thing under my arm
What's
since I was 8
PWP?
years old.
Powered up with pride.
The same weight that all my ancestors had felt beneath their arms as they had passed it on. Although, while
Fancy
other
way,
family
right?
members may have been great thieves, they all inherited the book. I got a chance to earn it. I had taken down the Fiendish Five, having used the moves my ancestors taught me, and become a master thief along the way. The time had come for me to chronicle my own adventures into the great book. This is gonna be fun.
Is there ZeroCounts merch for purchase? No, there is not. Oh, I can skip the credits.
You've done it, Sly! The Thievius Raccoonus is complete! Now, try beating all the Master Thief sprints to unlock the designer's commentary. Once you've unlocked them all, I've got a special behind-the-scenes movie to show you.
Alrighty. Last one. Oops. Okay. You know, I should probably hit that oh, I guess not. I guess that's not gonna work though. I think this is the longest sprint, 2 minutes and 40. I can definitely time that better if I have to. Oh, whoa! Sly. What are you doing, Sly? Damn it. I messed up a lot in that one. I still had 10 minutes or 10 seconds left. You have beaten the Master Thief Sprint.
Excellent, Sly! You've beaten all the Master Thief sprints and unlocked all the designer's commentary. Check out this fascinating behind-the-scenes movie.
Everybody get your popcorn.
How should I describe Sly Cooper?
Crafty.
He's charismatic,
Suave, debonair,
Cool, slick, fast, stealthy, athletic, he's a daredevil.
Sly Cooper is charming thievery.
we started with the idea that
Ugly, stinky.
an action game where the primary character was a thief. The choice of a raccoon was a pretty natural fit in terms of, you know, obviously the mask being in place, being, as Dev would say, a creature of the night.
We very early on wanted to make a game that looked and felt like a cartoon, but was one step closer to realism rather than flat and graphic. We started experimenting with different ways we could bring this character to life, cell shading, how to make it feel like a cartoon but still feel like a great 3D game.
We want it to actually look like it was inked and painted. And we want the backgrounds to be, you know, really lush and have a painted look, so it looks like it's a living animated episode that you've been thrown into.
When you look at the game, initially, the first thing that draws you in is the beautiful art style and lush, very, very lush look of the environment.
Very, very lush.
But when you actually play the game, the gameplay itself is lush as well.
So lush. So welcome to the chat, Big Pharma, by the way.
Sly character was a much more realistic raccoon, chubby and not quite as lithe as the character is now, and it kind of evolved as we went along.
Once we got to that part where he kind of evolved into what he is now, my main job was to take him and try to put every bit of thiefiness into him that I could. He was kind of tiptoeing, and he's really like rearing back to like ease his foot forward, trying to keep all his weight back so his foot falls softly on the ground, and really try to hone his personality through subtleties in the movement and really try to push the thiefiness.
As we wanted Sly to feel really agile. We wanted him to feel like Sly could do the most amazing physical feats. You want to let the player of the game feel like they're a thief. Not like a real thief, like you wish thieves were.
Not like real thief. We don't want our players actually stealing shit.
Sly Cooper's story is really cool. He comes from a long line of super raccoon thieves.
Super raccoon thieves.
The source of their kind of thieving greatness is this book called the Thievius Raccoonus. It's this incredibly valuable heirloom.
Thievius.
That
Did you
is
see
stolen
that?
from Sly's
It was
family
spelled
when
with
he
an
was
F
very young.
before.
He has come of age, and now
Thievius
he feels
Raccoonus.
it's his noble duty to take back the Thievius Raccoonus.
Sly has two buddies, Bentley and Murray.
Bentley provides a lot of the plans for their missions. He does a lot of things that are very important for Sly to complete his missions. Murray has a huge case of Sly envy. He wants to be Sly in the worst possible way, and he has absolutely none of the capabilities to do it.
A hero's only as good as his villains. We wanted to create villains, you know, making them dangerous, making them menacing, making them goofy.
Making them all take one
Just giving
hit to
them
kill.
as much personality as Sly Cooper.
It's a super high bar being in the action-adventure category. I mean, all of the greatest games, the best games that are out there are all action-adventures.
The genre is
Good
such
pirate
that you
never
have to
takes
really
another
excel
person's
in
property.
every single phase of the game. Going from
Disney.
saying Sly should be sneaky to actually having him feel sneaky in the game is hard. You have to start and you have to get the animation right, then you have to figure out how the engine's going to play the animation and how it gets affected by where he is and what he's doing and how the player can feel in control at the same time.
People are doing shoot 'em ups and
Eve Thieves
and
is
things
similar to
with,
Disney's.
big weapons and things like that. And this is all about character, so you can get the feeling of I am Sly and I'm sneaking around. Anytime we can exploit anything in the environment, build it in a way that as Sly's running over, it might seem more stealthy. We completely exploit that.
And our golden rule is whatever is thiefier.
I don't know if you've
wins.
seen Pirates of the Caribbean.
If
They
you wanna
steal a
make
lot
game
of
look
shit in
different,
there.
The PS2 gives you the opportunity to do that.
As a programmer, it has a ton of tools for solving all sorts of different types of technical problems.
A big focus for us has been in getting our tool set to the point where the artists were really unconstrained.
Artists will come to us with, they want the game to look this way, or boy, can we have a line around all the characters, the cell shading that we do, or how can we do the lighting models so that things that are bright have certain colors on them. And they have a lot of really cool ideas, and I and the other people on the programming team work on trying to get the technology put in place so that we can make those ideas happen.
What we were able to do was put together our own lighting algorithm in the vector units and then do the same thing for the cell borders that we put around all our characters. We could get it to all run super fast and have it all look different than other games. That was really our goal from the start, was to have a game which looked different.
It's been an interesting process building
Cell
a team
shading
to
for
build
the
a game
win.
like this.
It's been great working with such a dedicated group of people. I've never really ever worked with a group I think as hardcore as this.
It's a line
really
from
does
Jake and the
require
Neverland Pirates.
Unbelievably talented artists, unbelievably talented
I don't think I've seen
programmers,
that.
and unbelievably talented designers.
How you doing?
Shellcading.
The designers, I think, have done a wonderful job of giving players the experience of sneaking and being a thief, and at the same time making the designs accessible to people so that you don't need to be a super gamer in order to play it, although there are tons of things that are in the game for those people.
We're making a game that anyone can play.
You can't just have great art, you can't just have great code, you can't just have great characters, you gotta have it all.
It's not about just how the game looks, it's about how the game plays and how the player experiences it. And it's all about having fun.
You can make a really cool character, but if he's not fun to play, it's not worth doing.
Sly is cool, he's collected, he's adventurous.
Look at
Sly
that
is
guy with his
Sly.
leather jacket
It's
and
not
his
a
slick
misnomer.
hair. He wants to be Sly too. He's got that Sly envy. That was cool. He reminds you of Uncle Jesse. There you go. GG's. So I wanted to do all the stages with the commentary and listen to that, but I just wanted to see if there's anything else. I don't think there is. Really tore this to the bone. Yeah, we'll still do the commentary levels. 100% GG.
So this is the approach leading into Raleigh's Storm Machine boat. And this is one of the first levels of the game we made. And it has been gone over and over and over. And as the characters changed, as his jump length changed and jump height changed, this level got changed too.
Right.
And it's also sort of like the test bed for the lighting, right? Hokyo, you did all the lighting in the game.
Right.
What kind of stuff was going through your head when you were making this level?
Before I do any lighting, the artist, me and included other artists, we trying to get the right color palettes, you know, get the right mood of the time. The main goal that I was trying to do for this game was not making it too dark, but you still get the sense that you're at the nighttime.
Is it hard to do to kind of get a versatile set of colors going on to represent night,
right,
but not be kind of Las Vegas-y?
Right. As you can see the game right now, you have tealish shadow all over. That is our shadow. Most of the game uses black as the shadow, but we have different lighting that can make the shadow. We can choose the color shadow. We can make it pink, blue, whatever color, and we can give the intensity and stuff like that. So it's just a lot of time consuming just trying which shadow works the best with these textures. That was the most time consuming was with the textures. Does it works well with the blue? You know, if it doesn't, then we slightly change the saturations or the colors of the textures. We did a lot of process on those in this level.
How many times do you reckon you went through this level and relit it?
Maybe more than 30 times.
30 times. Yeah.
That is intense.
Yeah, because we're dealing with the fog, and
it's actually less than I thought it would be.
The most important thing is the brightness. If the game is too dark, everybody has a different TVs, so it might look very dark on some people's TV, and it might look very washed out, very bright. So that was very challenging for me to making it, kind of getting it right, the brightness.
You've got a really weird setup here at work where you've got your computer monitor and then 3 TVs right next to each other while you're doing your lighting, and one is.
So they're talking about like adapting it to different televisions and whatnot, and so in college I was in a band called Mouse Pocket. You can look up our stuff if you want. We had 2 albums, and the first album the 2 different people mixed the 2 different albums, and I always feel like the first album that we mixed was much better mixed than the second one, because the person who mixed the first album was so, for lack of a better term, anal retentive. He would finish the he would mix the song, and then he would take the MP3 and he'd listen to it through his headphones, and then he'd take it out to his car and he'd listen to it in the car, and then he would listen to it on the speakers on his computer, and then on the speakers on the expensive stereo system, and make sure that it sounded the same way on all the different speaker systems, because they said it's gonna those slight changes might make it work for that one setup, but you got to make it appropriate for everything, He goes bragging about his fucking band again, yeah. Yep. Hey, did you guys know I was in a band? Reminds me of Napoleon Dynamite. His brother would always talk about how he was good at something. I don't know. Uncle Rico would always talk about football. But yeah.
A bright TV. One's a normal TV. One's a dark TV.
Right.
That level of
setup TV is the
of like
I wanted
attention
to
wasn't
see
really
the
given
game
to the
with
second album,
really
so I always felt
kind of
like this
washed,
first one just
bright,
seemed better.
And also very, very dark. So my goal is trying to make it all same with those three
There it
different
is.
monitors.
Yep, there you
Trying
go.
to get it all same brightness and the colors.
Is that it? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep. Make sure you listen to it everywhere. Alright, let's do this one.
You may be saying this level is large, but it is actually a third of the size of the original level.
The original concept behind the original NPCs was to tie them to Alice in Wonderland.
What if my car is my home?
What
in
was
Office?
challenging in lighting this level, Hokyo? You have fire in here, you have multi-levels, you have lasers. Yep.
Okay, the hardest thing for this level was the you have two different kind of setup mood. One is very cold. You start with cold, and at the end
Dude,
you
this
get
guy doesn't
hot.
speak up.
So we have like we
so
can only
quiet.
use one fog in this level, with actually for every level. So choosing the right color of the fog was very difficult to stay kind of same. I mean,
keep it consistent with the other colors.
Right.
Just having that progression from holding on from the very start.
Wasn't there an octopus, or was that in a long, long time ago?
That was in a long, long time ago for
There
this
we go.
level.
Kind of close with her behind.
It was behind. It was behind.
We were
the
very
door.
sad when it was removed.
Yes.
It was quite large.
It's a sad day.
It was a huge octopus head, and you got to knock its eyeballs out of its sockets, and knock its teeth out of its
And its eyes
head.
looked at.
What the hell?
Yeah.
It was pretty creepy, wasn't it?
And he had a bow tie. Our
And he
NPCs
had
were
a
all
bow tie.
we're all kind of formal, wearing formal wear.
Is that it? There used to be a giant. Oh, some of these are. Some are a lot shorter than others, I guess. Unless like more comes up later as I play through the level. We'll see. When did the speedrun attempt start? I don't think they are. We already did them. We did ILs. That's good enough, right?
After doing the crankshaft level, we decided that it would be impossible to finish this game with levels that are that size. So we decided we were kind of in this mode where, okay, that was a regular big level, and we'll also do these smaller levels that are kind of bonusy. And we wanted to do one that was like just pretty much all secure, as much security as I could put in. So this is this is going to be a small security level, and it ended up being actually pretty
Good, great size.
a good size. For security in the game,
womp womp,
we decided to go with a kind of one free hit per system, I guess you could say, where they're kind of in sensor mode. They're yellow. And they don't actually cause damage to you if you trigger it, but it sets off the alarm and changes them to a damage, this kind of red damaging state. And we primarily did that, for inexperienced players to give them an extra chance to get through, instead of just burning and just hurting them every time. And also because we like the idea of you running around while the alarms are blaring, and it's loud, it's a little disorienting. It's something, if it immediately burned you, a lot of people would probably, die then and wouldn't get that experience of running around while the alarms are blaring. So we thought that was a good thing.
point.
So we
it does kind of change
hit,
the feel
system.
for sure.
We were under
It's
really
like
tight constraints.
it's like a low health beep in a game, right?
Challenges of creating this environment. One of our best traits is that we have a great way of communicating. So between the designer, modeler, and texturers, we made sure that whatever we were creating could get done in the time we had available. We really adjusted when we had to. We adjusted things in the model to work for gameplay. And then also before I did my final handoff, I really talked to the texture artist, because he had like a limited amount of time and said, hey, this is what I did. And I really tried to model it toward him being able to texture it in a fast period of time and also look great. So it was really great. We really talked about, and we learned a lot about our game designer process through this. After this, Rob started doing almost all the elevation and final, doing any turns, adding any elevation changes, and so it really helped the whole process along the way.
And this is also I think our last level that had split collision versus what you see on screen versus what you kind of the physics that you're running around on. So this really was
a transition.
Yeah, a transition from how we did levels, and it was. I think it really helped us get in a position where we could finish the game.
Yeah, it's totally true. We can do stuff fast, yeah.
I maybe it would have been too much to ask for them to make the commentary about as long as the sprints were. This one next, right? Yeah. The fire down below.
This level began with just the kind of mechanic of this wheel that you can interact with by running on it. And it's kind of one of the few more puzzly kind of elements in the game where it's when you walk up to this thing, it's not completely straightforward what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, it's not immediately obvious what that wheel is used for.
So, getting in both these cases, it's driving, running on it drives the animation of another something else in the scene, whether it's the hooks or the conveyor belts.
Right.
And I don't know, I know you've done some rigging in here.
Yeah, I actually had done the rigging on both of the wheels, and so that was a little bit challenging from the perspective of the conveyors. The conveyors that we've got in the back wall there with regard to the getting the textures to actually go with the speed of the conveyors. That was the challenging part of rigging this.
Oh man,
was doing that work, but. Most of the rigging just was driving the animation, changing the speed of the animation of the hooks going around, or changing the particles and the steam coming out of the whistle. Right, and that's what the extent of the rigging was.
The hot coals that roll down on the floor, it's something that I've stuck to my guns on this. A lot of people have not liked the hot coals because
I think they're great.
Because it's kind of this random thing. It's not something that's totally easy to predict. Even though the floor has been modeled with kind of these dips to really, like pretty much they're real physics, but they're going down a pretty similar path just because of the shape of the floor.
There's kind of a valley there that takes it right down to the grating and then back around again.
We're kind of actually moving, when the coal gets to the bottom of the shaft, we just move it to the top where it comes out of to respawn it. So it's kind of like a transporter or something like that. And at one time, instead of the clues, we had these bags of loot that they would roll on the ground. And it was funny when you would break like a safe open and this bag of loot would come out, and it would roll down this hill because it's designed for these coal to roll down, and then it would fall down the chute, and then the money would come out of the chute where the coal's coming from. So it kind of revealed exactly how we're doing. Yeah.
I can imagine a player seeing the loot going down and going, "Oh no, I just lost it," and then looking at the chute, and there it is popping out.
Community channel point goal got met this evening, so you have to figure out how to pottery lottery, and then I get to soccer tomorrow. Oh boy, that's exciting. Oh, what time will that be? A cunning disguise.
This is another one of these levels where actually the key is available right at the beginning. You can see where it is. It's a little small, but still the key is right on this ledge, very, very close to that main that first elevator when you go in, and so you're going to end up going into the level and coming all the way back out on a different level.
Brian actually did some initial like kind of level layouts for this.
Yes.
And that's what got me started in the kind of really double-deckering the game path in here.
And we did that in other places too, but this was like the first where we really did a serious double-decker, different types of kind of challenges on the top and the bottom. And
And Hoagie also
that was a huge
did
skip right there.
The texture maps for all the NPCs you really unified their kind of visual style in a really good way.
The main problem for our level, I mean, my goal is to make it.
I remember being so excited for that album.
Give it the night sense, and especially like this level is the interior, but you still get the night light. So it was pretty difficult for me to do the lighting at first.
I know we've changed lighting models.
3 times?
3 times. Right. So each time you got to learn the new tricks of the new lights and then change all those out.
Right. That was kind of difficult at first, learning through the new lighting system. But it really helped the visual, since we have the shadow. Most of the game doesn't have the shadow system, so shadow turns to just a black. They cannot make it to the colors, and thanks to our programmers that made it happen.
When you collect the key on this level or any of the other levels, you'll notice that the background kind of completely goes dark, and we kind of go into this letterbox and show you this animation of Sly picking the key, and it's kind of funny. We use this alternate lighting model to darken everything else at this very base level. It was a weird kind of just hack feature I put in to just darken everything. But then you have to say, well, I don't want to darken Sly because he's the one collecting the key. So Sly is actually marked as like, don't darken me, but he's the only thing in the whole game that's marked that way. Oh, and the key is marked as don't darken me. But everything else in the game gets darkened by this alternate lighting model when you collect your keys.
So watching a dude stream and he was talking about that album you mentioned, it sounded like a caveman smashing a trash can lid, and I fucking lost it. Yeah, it's those snare drums. Those snare drum hits. Don't darken me, bro. I mean, I loved that album when it came out. But gosh, compared to like everything else, compared to all other things Metallica, that is Not great. Alright, Gunboat Graveyards, last one in this section.
So this started off as a puzzle where you were going to come to the end of this boat deck, and actually the top of the boat deck where the first starfish throwing NPC now is, was going to be the training section. And the idea was going to be that there was going to be invisible lasers all over this area, and you were going to have to spray something into the ahead of you to expose the beams, either smoke or frost or something in front of you. And so it was actually laid out very rectangularly, and there were all these things to jump on, these floating platforms to jump on, and you had to kind of, each time you did a jump, you had to kind of look around you for the invisible lasers and then make your next jump. And as we backed away from the puzzly, slower gameplay, that was the first idea that went away. Yeah. So then what came?
Well, there was also the idea of once you got to the rear set of the buoys that floated on the water, that there was a giant fish that was sitting below you.
Oh yeah, the giant fish.
And he was the one that paced you and made you want to move forward faster and get through the level, or otherwise he'd come up and gobble you up.
Yeah, so the giant fish, he got cut. Giant fish got cut.
We definitely learned a thing or two about physics engines in games. How the predictability of something animated over relying on the physics engine to work itself out is usually...
Yeah, the physics engine tends to work well in really clean, isolated situations, or in shrapnel, or in other situations where you want good-looking sort of ambient animation, but not as good for stuff that has to work 100% of the time, super predictably. And then I think environmentally, I think this was one of our first levels that really had a good
You can't listen to the commentary when you're looking through the binoculars.
I don't know, misty, really rich kind of textured feel to it. You know, the fire on the side, which you can see from outside, and the approach even.
All the moss.
I should be looking at the enemies.
Hanging off of everything.
Because we have the ability now that I get to see stats about
really
each
kind of
enemy.
Organic richness.
There's always
a
little
especially back,
flavor text associated
and
with
all that stuff. The waters, being space warped and has some interesting stuff going on, and all the surface effects that the texture artists put in, all really I think made this a really good looking level, and one that we kept investing in because
listens
it
to
was
techno,
something that
likes golf.
The surroundings were so appealing that we wanted to make sure we used it in a really constructive way.
The wisps floating through the air and whatnot, with the fire in the background, brought out a great richness in the environment. I remember when I first loaded it into the world after it had just gone through this massive change, and it was just one of the most spectacularly beautiful levels that we had at the time.
I was just going to comment on
the
fire
and play through it.
It's pretty cool. It is a nice touch that the vaults are open. The little calling card there. Alright, that's all of them here. Alright, I'm going to take a short break. And then we'll do the rest of these. We have 3 more worlds. So we got 5, 9, 13 more commentaries to listen to. So we'll finish those up when I get back, and then we'll after that, that's gonna be the end. I'm gonna call it a stream at that point. So I guess maybe like an hour of gameplay left, I bet. But anyway, I'm going to take a short break, and I will be back after that. A little bit. Alright. See ya soon. Enjoy the clips. Alright, we got it. Come on. Bombs away. Oh, Jesus! Okay, well... So close to a 105. Thank you very much for coming along on this raid. And welcome in. Welcome to the stream. I hope you are having a splendid end to your Saturday night. Or Saturday day, or wherever, whatever time it is, wherever you are on this planet. But there I go, assuming that you're on planet Earth. Maybe you're on another planet and you have really, really good internet. Wherever in the universe you are, I hope you're having a splendid time. On that one, it's fine. The stage is ass anyway. Jesus Christ. I love it. I love this game. Yeah. Rose has named this Rattata Pikachu. That's not confusing at all. Pikachu. I mean, it is a rat. So there's that. Name it Pidgey. That way when I ask my mom what Pokemon it is and she says Pikachu, she won't be wrong anymore. That's a good one. Skidunk. Do I like people? Not generally. Damn hedgehog. Rolling around on the ground. An idiot. I'm just honored that he felt like he could take time out of his busy stream schedule to stop here. To berate one of my viewers. That's great. I like it. I appreciate it. Take it off. Unequip the heavy clothes. So. Oh my god, we did it! We did it! It feels so good. Oh, nope. Oh man. What's this? 21! Now he's a beast. Oh my god. He's at 26. Oh my god, we're great. We are golden. They heal up. Alex still going, still healing. Oh man. Oh no. Oh no. Well, that was not great, but oh no! Jesus Christ. Holy shit, dude. Oh. What the fuck, man? Yes, come on, look. Oh my god. Dude, that's the best thing that's ever happened since we tried doing this. We good, awesome. Glad to hear it. Oof, okay, that's alright. That Maxi fight made up for some of that, but between that first Bone Dog room and that that last room before Maxi, was not a good graveyard. Run invalid. Did not jump in the water on Maxi.
Oh, I don't like RPGs. Oh, I want to watch speedruns. Oh, you're speedrunning a game. I don't like this game.
It's my Woogie impression. Okay, so we got this new Kramal art. You can walk over rivers and stuff. When you walk over like
Is there something wrong with your eyes? Didn't you see the signs warning about the cranky, stinky, rude genius? Well, that's me, Mite. I hate noise, interruptions, and people. You're trespassing. Go away.
fart. Fart. Did you hear that fart? There was a fart. Fart. Oh, we're Genesis DJs over here. Had the right idea, I just... I can't. This is the worst. This is the worst game. Alright. Bug's done pooping. Whose comment was that? Aces. Congratulations on finishing your contract work. Alright, Bug. What are we doing now? Yeah, need a little break, yeah. Anyone here hear the game Tunnet? No. I don't know what that is. Slightly a horror game, but you're mostly digging tunnels and connecting servers with the occasional jump scare. It's like $6 on Steam. Are you playing it right now? Is it good? Are you enjoying it? ZeroCounts, do you think Aces 10 puts respect on your name? I hope not. That's weird. Haven't played it yet because I hate horror jump scares, but I was thinking about streaming it. I also hate those kind of games. I tried to play a spooky game that I actually wanted to really play on stream when I played Silent Hill. The game I can never remember. Homecoming? Shattered Memories. Shattered Memories. That game's not very scary. It was just more intense. The board boosters. Welcome in, board boosters. Nah, it's imposter. Yeah, it's broad booster. Broad boosters. Okay. Let's do the next set. Broad boosters was what Twitch was going to change their name to until they flipped back to no boobs. You thought they just allowed boob? They within 24 hours they took it back.
So the second approach of the game, this was
Because, no surprise, people were abusing it to the point of harassment. Just like I talked about on stream yesterday. Or 2 days ago? 2 days ago.
actually was touched by a lot of people too.
Yeah, originally it was a huge junkyard that you were navigating through.
Yeah.
It was really confusing
Right
for the
on there.
player to know where they needed to go and what was a wall and what wasn't, because everything was equally interesting.
Right.
As it was just piles and piles of trash.
Like some breakables, but some not, and it was really sort of dissatisfying to play.
And then it sort of morphed into this mesa
Bought body oil and
thing,
everything.
primarily to define space that you could and could not walk on. As the player would progress in towards Mesa City, you get more of that kind of abandoned, desolate, not so much junkyard feeling, but ghost town vibe.
Definitely.
Them like taking back the artistic nudity change is like the perfect example of this is why we can't have nice things.
As you went from no man-made structures, and then you find a shack, and then you get to like a house, and then a building, and then multiple buildings, and then this sort of subway terminal,
right?
All of which are progressively denser and denser kind of urban images.
So in this level, you've got the stick guy, you got the dog, the leash dog.
Oh yeah, there's 4 actually that I did in this level. There, the stick guy. There's the card thrower. There's the bulldog on the leash, and
Who are they talking about?
What do you call you have kind of pet names for all the NPCs?
I have names for him because I hate calling him stick guy and stuff. So.
You don't like stick guy?
I don't like stick guy. I'd rather call him Gorgeous Lou.
Gorgeous Lou?
Gorgeous Lou is the stick guy. The card thrower is Inkspot Jackson.
Inkspot Jackson.
The bulldog I never had a name for, because I think the bulldog was actually I didn't do the bulldog. I just helped on the animation, but I didn't design him. But
is this the stick guy?
And then
oh yeah, this is okay.
Is the jailbird dog.
Who has the best idol of any NPC in the game? Trying to gnaw through his chain.
That's pretty good.
Ball and chain.
Very on theme.
Very much.
It's always cool when the NPC is showing you what he's going to be doing to you through his idol, so you get a sense what his weapon will be. Those are always more successful. Both those guys do it pretty well. Oh, this level features maybe the coolest security setup of them all, where you have that kind of checkerboard on the floor with the force sensors and the sweeping lasers. And it looks like you're a goner. There's no way in the world anyone could ever get through this. And you can totally get through it, but the thing is, because the security devices have to sense you before they become dangerous, you can practically run through the whole thing and live for it, but you'll be fine. But it looks just overwhelmingly tough. And I mean, in a lot of ways, that was our goal in the whole game, was to give the perception of crazy difficulty and make it very doable, so that you got that feeling you had done something exceptional and that Sly was a really exceptional thief.
Yeah, it's a really good way to think about it. Oiling up for the stream. You know what the viewers want. Yep. I've been hoping and praying for that oiled up Bug Doctor stream. I have nice things that happen to be booba. Well, now, see, the Twitch Collective cannot have booba. Anti-masturbation sentiment reminds me of that psycho who created Kellogg's cereal. John Kellogg, right? Please, John Kellogg? John Kellogg, I think? Oh, he just literally said it right there. John Kellogg. Bug is always oiled up on stream. That's why you never see him from the waist. He's also oiled up on top, but he oils up and then he puts shirt on over it. Well, of course, I understand. Back alley heist. So many ruined jersey, right?
This level started with just experimenting with the field of view of the camera. This kind of, it's a lot more extreme and more kind of fisheye lens than any other level in the game. And once that was in, it was like, well, this is very much like Vertigo, you know, you get this feeling of vertigo from being high and seeing the ground below you. So that's when I tried to make the design be like this, you know, the sides of the building or a skyscraper as they're going up.
Yeah, and we ended up
motivate them.
Yeah, we ended up doing it on the inside, kind of the hotel, sort of in a kind of an atrium or a courtyard. In theory, we invented these bouncers.
This level started.
Oh, I gotta listen to the
just
commentary from the
experimenting
beginning.
with the field of view of the
man.
camera.
Well, don't
This
die.
kind of- it's a lot more
It's an
extreme
added
and more
incentive
kind of
not to die.
Fisheye lens than any other level in the game. And once that was in, it was like, well, this is very much like Vertigo, you know, you get this feeling of vertigo from being high and seeing the ground below you. So that's when I just tried to make the design be like this.
You have a
the
chicken
sides
wing
of the
craving and
building
you
or a
before it
skyscraper
gets
as
too
you're going up.
strong.
Yeah, and we ended
help
up
motivate them.
Yeah, we ended up
Try
doing
my
it on
best.
the inside, kind of the hotel, sort of in a kind of an atrium or a courtyard. In theory, we
These
invented
dudes sound
these
so impressed with
bouncers.
themselves.
This was actually the
They
first
should.
place in the game.
They made an awesome game.
that we had used. In this case, an awning, but anything that would bounce sly upwards, and really started to
They're
tune
proud of their
and
work.
play with that gameplay about. You know, how high should they each bounce, and what's the right amount to give the player control
Yeah, Bane's looking
while he's
forward
in
to
the
some
air.
concept art.
And really the combination, I think, of the unique camera angles and a huge amount of bouncing on things and jumping up and down on things really kind of defines the concept for this level. It presents some good challenges. Once it sort of took on this retro feel, kind of playing like a 2D side scroller. Our producers
I
at
believe
Sony
it.
even
I believe it
kinda
with Dallas.
took us to task once or twice about how retro that felt. But the retro feel also had a big impact on the kinds of NPCs we could use in this level.
Oh, definitely.
Because you needed an NPC that could work well in a really confined space. And in fact, the original design for the ball and chain NPC had him swinging the ball in the wrong hand for this level, and we had to change him so that he would be comfortable with his right side up against walls. From a secondary standpoint, I thought that the introduction of the air conditioners was a good idea because it was this sort of skill element that required you to pay attention. And
Right. It was one of the few really leftover in terms of mechanics from some early designs for the game where there are these things called break falls where you would, it was like the air conditioners where each one you hit, it would fall away. So it was very much the environment's kind of getting destroyed and your choices are getting limited as you're going. So you have to do it, pretty much do it right the first time.
yeah, the stealth sections, these were some of the earlier sections to use the duck and to use cameras fairly heavily. I thought pretty
Right,
successfully in this
well,
case.
anyway.
You get some different looks that you see elsewhere in the game.
That
And the
one's a
last
bit on the
section
nose.
in the bedrooms, sort of the bouncers go up through the ceilings, which was kind of a fun change. Gave us some real sense of three-dimensionality as you kind of pass through the floors. It was a fun change. And then the big finish, the precarious big finish, where you have to sneak out onto the sign. I don't know, all in all, a pretty successful level.
That was one of my favorite sprints. Master Thief sprints was that one. Stickius Attackium. Gorgeous Lou. Number of tattoos equals 3. There you go. Vinny the Pincher. Kneecappins Breakins. Casino Enforcer. Do I have any tattoos? I do not have any tattoos. No. Is one of those tattoos literally the word tattoo? Maybe. Welcome into the chat, Lolo. This one? Yes. Almost wrote Bangor instead of Bangor because I live right outside of Bangor, Maine. But that's a banger joke only I would understand. It's mainly a joke only you'd get. Oops.
I did the kind of layout design for this world.
Channel point redeemed for me to get a
using
tattoo. No, I don't think so.
I did the kind of layout design for this world using Legos, and it actually turned out pretty close to what I did. I knew it was going to be a rooftop, so having being kind of constrained by the general blockiness of Legos seemed like it was fine, and it helped me get the elevations worked out, and I found it easier than doing it on paper because of all the, it's going to be done in 3D anyway. So if you're throwing it together with Legos, you can get, kind of hold up to your face and look at it from all these different angles and try and imagine what shots you're going to have in it. So I think it was the only level I did with Legos, but I think it helped a lot.
Compositionally, the level was really fun to work on. It was, once he had the letters done and we knew the elevation, then I went in and even from the very first shot, you'll see that nothing overlaps each other. So the level doesn't feel like extremely super full, but it doesn't feel like it's all a bunch of clutter. And dealing with NPCs, they were really fun. We had a lot of designs and thought about different ideas that would really relate.
If you get a yeah baby tattoo, you have to license it to Latalis. Did Latalis make that emote? I'll get it as a tramp stamp.
To the idea of dogs playing poker. That was the theme. Yeah. Everything theme behind it. So you'll see like the dog throwing cards and having his idols being card tricks, and the slobbering dog, the junkyard dog, which started in a whole different design with the bobbing head. It ended up being one of our most complex characters with blend shapes and really great idol of like chomping on a bone. And at the top, or actually the lower levels, you'll see
Master of 3-card Monty, Shiftiest Dealerist, Inkspot Jackson.
we call Dog with Stick, which is totally a play on thiefy dog sneaking around, and how the idea of this big, cumbersome guy being able to walk so agile with the big stick. And then also the final one, which is you see up in the top level, which is we call him Paulie Shackles. And that's a jailbird, and he originally was a woman with a purse, and we found it too offensive, so we had to redesign. We're like, what are we gonna do? We have to redesign with the same gameplay mechanics, and we came up with different ideas, like maybe it'd be an Elvis impersonator with a microphone, but the whole idea of the thin string was too hard for a player to see, and the microphone really wasn't that big of an object. And then luckily Travis came with the idea that it'd be great for it to be a jailbird, him throwing his ball and chain, and it ended up being a really strong element. It's with a big ball at the end and a thick chain. It's really fair for a player to jump it, and also when it's dangerous. So it ended up being a real win-win.
Well, a lot of the other game design stuff that's in this world besides the sign came out of brainstorming sessions with the people who were going to, like people like Suzanne and Karen and Dev, who were going to be directly involved in how this level was going to get fleshed out. So like the cars with the clues on them that drop away.
Why was a woman with a purse offensive?
When
I'm
you
not
come
sure.
off
They
of
didn't
it.
really explain
That was-
why.
I think that was Dev's idea, and having the sign, like the big bone that crashes
Maybe
through
some
the
weird
wall and
chivalrous
everything like
reason,
that.
like
So it
you
really,
can't.
it was one of
you can't
our,
have Sly
our better,
attacking a woman.
Very collaborative
Yeah,
efforts.
definitely.
Yeah, because women can't be criminals. I bet you it was something like that. I mean, there are women enemies in this game. I don't know.
I started working on this pretty much the day after I saw the movie and I was pretty interested in the funky rooftop scenes they had in that film and the
What was that? When you saw in the movie, what? I think he said Moulin. I think I heard Rouge at the end. I bet you said Moulin Rouge because that was about this time, right?
landscape created by those rooftops. This was the first level that we made that featured the inspector Carmelita Fox, and it was a real challenge figuring out the gameplay mode for her because we wanted to have this cop character in the game that sort of made more concrete the fact that you were a thief and that chased you, but at the same time we didn't want to do a chase situation similar to
I bet you that's what he's referring
games where there was somebody behind you and you were running down screen.
Yeah, we wanted to have something where it didn't involve as much memorization, where it involved a fair amount of reactionary stuff rather than having to memorize the environment. Yeah, this was a particularly challenging level to get sort of cameras done correctly as well as behavior because we had to focus on two different characters at once and we had to deal with it from pretty strange camera angles. There's a lot of change, so this was definitely a test for doing the camera angles.
It's weird for the cameras in particular because Carmelita needs to be on screen, Sly needs to be on screen, Carmelita's shock missiles need to be on screen, as well as all the areas that Sly needs to jump to or climb on need to be on screen. So you have all these requirements, and at the same time, you don't want to have the camera bonking into like chimneys or pipes or what have you. So if you look at how all the rooftops are laid out, the tallest elements will be at the point on the roof farthest away from the area in which the camera travels. And that's totally on purpose so that you won't be occluding your vision of Carmelita or where you need to go.
Yeah, in this one, it's more sort of the upper left corner of each building. So what inspired Carmelita?
Carmelita is a composite of two characters. Well, the first thing, right, is that we just wanted to have somebody saying, hey, Sly, you're a thief. Because otherwise, you're not really making off with a lot of money here. You're stealing a lot of keys and you're stealing back your Thievius Raccoonus from other thieves. So unless we had a law enforcer telling you explicitly you are breaking the law, it didn't really seem like you were breaking the law, which you are. Anyhow, Carmelita is the product of really wanting to combine two characters. One is this inspector character from the series, Zen, who's a detective that hounds you, and it's pretty standard, right? It's sort of like Javert and Jean Valjean. A lot of these, works of fiction that are about a criminal character have this tireless cop that hounds them all the time in their relationship. And the second character that we were pretty overtly riffing on was this federal marshal and a bank robber, and they fall in love, but they can't be in love because they're on opposite sides of the law.
This guy's got a real
Sly
potty mouth.
and Carmelita, they have that thing kind of going on where she is both his true nemesis and love interest at the same time.
I'm gonna hunt you down, Cooper. You can't run forever.
Boom, 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 boom. Oh, the casino. I liked this one.
This is the only level in Mugshot's world that actually is a casino. And originally, when we had set off to make Mugshot's world, it was all going to be casino. We just sort of weren't that interested in doing a whole casino world after doing one.
So we had to find lots of stuff around it. That's why we have buildings outside of it and the rooftop on top of it.
Well, it was just more interesting going through the urban environment than it was kind of making your way through these slot machines and dodging the gangster dogs.
Kind of like real Vegas, where it's interesting for the first time you see it and for a little while, and then after a while you kind of get numbed.
But it's based on real casinos that have a lot of water and swinging, sparking cables. That you've seen, real casinos you've been to, over in Tulalip.
No, in fact, it's not. It's not. What the hell? This level features a couple game mechanics that we use all over the place, but in here it's pretty pronounced, and that's when you get up on top of chandeliers and you're looking down on a guard, where the whole point is to get the drop on your opponent, jump down and smack them in the head with your cane. I think this was the first place we did it, and we use it all over the game, but there's some pretty clear examples in here. And oddly enough, even though you're many, many feet away from your opponent and you can go anywhere, whenever we see people playing, they instinctually bash people in the backs of their heads from above, so it seems to be pretty core to human behavior. Another very core Sly Cooper kind of gameplay concept is what we call M+1, an M standing for mechanic. So when you're playing the second half of this level and you're jumping on those spinning roulette wheels, you'll notice that the first set you're on, they're not dangerous at all. And that's just to teach you sort of what it's like to be on these wheels that have little partitions and they're moving. And then the second one you get to has dangerous tabs in them. So you have to kind of watch out where you're jumping. That's M+1. The +1 is the dangerous tabs. Then you get to the third set of wheels and you're at M+1+2. And the 2 is the laser beams,
that is Mega
which
Man
you can't
in a nutshell.
cross. So you need to get between the wheels fast. And then you get to the fourth set of wheels, and the wheels are going in the opposite direction. If you sit and you play this game, or the second half, and you really look at how the difficulty is ratcheted up one wheel at a time, it's crazy clear that that's how we try and increase the tension in the gameplay, but not overwhelming the player off the bat with complexity, because you're taught each little mechanic along the way.
Just good game design, Teach them something and then add on to it. They just mentioned Tulalip Casino. Oh, is that what they're saying? Just right across the border.
Sly, this giant roulette wheel is spinning too fast to jump counterclockwise around it. You'll have to jump in the other direction to try to land on the green section.
Boom, 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 boom. Maybe the lasers are so intense they constitute a +2. Never mind, they're easy. They're easy now. I did during the sprint. I occasionally would hit one because they you don't. Sometimes you don't think about it until, or like you don't even see them until like you're already up in the air, and it's like, well, too late. Is that all of them here? That is. That's it. Okay, next one. Imagine thinking a developer doesn't know what constitutes a +2 in the game. I don't know why using Carl Sagan as Smugway bugs me. Not one of Zarek's favorite emotes. Alright, this one. Only 4 here.
I like the smart guard a lot.
The who?
I like the rodent, the big voodoo rat.
For everyone who can't see Andrew, he's a dead ringer for the voodoo rodent.
It enjoys Sunday.
It's a startling resemblance. I was scared when I first met Andrew. I actually hit him with a stick repeatedly. And I will again right now.
Ow. The voodoo rodent was one of the few in this world where I could actually sort of act out what I wanted him to do to any extent.
Nasty Charlotte. Enjoys bungee jumping.
And so he's the most humanoid, I guess.
You act out all of your characters?
I act out, yeah. I find that I think I was saying this on one of the other levels, but I find that and I make this mistake over and over again of thinking, oh, I know what this guy needs
Clarence Dupree
to do, and I just start animating and looking at it from the outside, and I find if I don't actually do the action myself and sort of feel what it feels like in the body and you know, make sure that the posture and the gestures all kind of feel right internally, then it's much more of a struggle to animate it. People say especially that the walk for this guy looks like something I would do. I don't think I really walk like that, but I did do that a lot during the week that I was
so self-conscious
We call them smart guards.
Yeah, the smart guards are any of the
Marcel Woodfist, devoted ecologist.
That's kind of our internal sort of word for any of the guards that are the flashlight-bearing guards that you really want to stay away from, and if they catch you, it's pretty much doomsday. So they're kind of an element of gameplay to really emphasize stealth and convince you that it's not okay just to randomly run through the world bashing things.
They're actually called smart because you can't evade them, or at least not easily without taking damage.
Oh yeah.
So that every time you dealt with them, you had to be sneaky.
I think some of the repeatedly used pieces were really effective in this, like the way the huts, you have this sense that you're in this big village, and it's a few sort of simple pieces, you know, repeated and decorated with some smaller sort of elements around them, and I don't know, when you're down in and amongst them, it feels like a rich environment. It feels like you're in this, you know, little village of stone teepees.
Damn it.
It doesn't look like the same hut over and over again. They each look like they're their own individual hut. When I saw this game for the first time, after already having done the voices, I hadn't seen it when I did the voices, and I just had all these lines. Here is the actual visualization of everything that I had read in the script.
That's it? Okay. Boom, boom, boom.
The whole waterfalls of soup with the hands and the bones in it are very much inspired by the scene where they're going into get the room or whatever. There you see this big cauldron of soup that has hands and all this gory stuff in it, and I was like, well, it's nice as in a pot, but as a waterfall, I would like
Boy,
that.
that really grosses me out. It made me happy. Yeah, actually, yeah, we all like.
I just thought that was your thing. I didn't realize
The
that was
grosser
an
it is,
inspiration.
the happier Karen you are, the grosser it is. Yes. The more chunks and bits and nibbins, the more gristle, the juicier it is, the better.
Yeah, originally we were experimenting with how to like the very first one had, like, the floor and the ceiling were two separate objects, and the walls were skinned between them. So when the floor, like, you would jump on the floor and the floor would move around and the whole walls would stretch and distort. But
Like being on a tongue?
being on a tongue that's pulling on the cheek or something, right?
Yeah.
The floor was like a trampoline, and then the entryways would stretch and distort, so the actual doorways would get
Kind of works like that with these ropes.
Getting fitting the number of smart guards in this level that we wanted was pretty difficult because these were probably the most ambitious smart guards in terms of just the number of animated pieces they had was, I think, more than we tried to put in one before, and so we ended up having to do all this clever stuff to get them all in there and get them animating like we wanted.
Really, there's the difference between like the initial texture pass in a level and when Karen has time to go in and put all these like light cobwebs and all this really nice
atmospheric sort of stuff.
Atmospheric, like texture buddies and just texture, like, you know, kind of accessories in the world. It really makes a ton of difference. And this world really feels like it got a decent pass at that.
Yeah.
I think we really wanted this level, even the NPCs. You know, we wanted to kind of make it a little bit more scary, and push that angle a little bit more. You know, it's still stylized and has this animated feel, but we wanted it to be, you know, the glowing eyes. I think Hokyo did a great job of kind of integrating all the NPCs by giving them all the same sort of glowing eyes. Yeah. And
real consistency.
Exactly.
I have no idea what movie they were talking about there. They bleeped out too much stuff to really identify. Oh, Conan the Barbarian. Were there cauldrons with hands and stuff in there? I don't think I can't remember the last time I saw Conan the Barbarian. It's probably when I was really young. I remember it was on TV a lot. Black Cauldron was what I was saying. I was thinking he was maybe saying Disney's Black Cauldron. And they start talking about there being a cauldron, but I don't know. No idea. Grave Undertaking.
Gomerville's inspired it's the first, when we were modeling, it was the first one for Buddha, so it was really supposed to decide the style of architecture.
You can't look at these enemies.
And we spent a lot of time on the trees because we realized it was 1/3 of the whole level.
And I worked on the maps inspired by Kay Nielsen's paintings for, well, specifically the 12 Dancing Princesses, old fairy tale from
back far enough to,
I think around the turn of the century. Kay Nielsen was also the person that
what if I do
inspired the scene in Fantasia with the real droopy trees, and it's got a real cathedral-like scene as the
Rodentia something. It doesn't have any
with the candles.
What was it? Did it say?
Adds to the mysteriousness
I gotta do it again.
of this level.
The kind of original game mechanic for this level was just having NPCs that aren't just, you know, you walk up and you hit them and you
Rodentia
kill them.
Undeadius.
They're NPCs that are getting
No flavor
generated
text though.
from something. You have to fight them down to get to their source and then take out their source. So that's where it started. And luckily, since we're in Voodoo, having them be ghosts makes a lot more sense than a lot of
Does it
other
need
NPCs.
flavor text?
So
I guess not.
once Andrew got in and did the modeling and animation of
Dead.
Travis's design
That's
for
the
that
flavor
round
text.
ghost, it really took
dead.
off because just having the fingers going while he's kind of chasing after you. I love the ghost in this level.
Yeah. And a lot of the great camera angles you see is not by the modeler, it's all by the game designer. And so it's really great to have, we really put a focus on getting great cameras from the get-go, and then I'll go in and compose, but it's really nice. We really lock them off and let me work with what the camera is, so we don't change any gameplay, and we just enhance the experience more by just sculpting.
Also, I think in the inspiration of a lot of the art style, I think Dev and Travis gathered a lot of research from all kinds of tribal original peoples' architecture and props, and the lanterns and the gourds and the ropes and the bones, and it's pretty much all organic, based on what you would have if you were living without a mill to mill your lumber with. And keeping it all organic is part of the fun of this one.
Yeah, we decided to make, instead of making a moss a buddy or having it be just a bitmap, we decided to model in and just make it puffy, which made it very toony.
That was a short one. Vane didn't even make a poll tonight, no. It's because no new Sly Cooper fans came in. Those polls were just to bait somebody into saying that they had played the game before. Every time he would make the poll, the people who came in who had played Sly Cooper before weren't paying attention. Oh, what are you doing, Sly? Circle. Ah, okay, it almost didn't work again. Oh, fuck. I looked at chat like a doofus. Oh, wow, it sends you all the way back here? Well, we already listened to the commentary. We can just exit. I thought it was to deceive them into saying they hadn't but wanted to. There you go. Lair of the Beast.
One of the things that's sort of interesting about this level, it's the first one that actually has a big shot to open the level. As we were developing the product, this was the first game level that
we built that had that, yeah.
Yeah, so that there's a really low camera looking up at the gate to try and give the sense that there was something very large inside, and to kind of be imposing, like the gate in the original King Kong movie.
Right.
When
King
they get off the
Kong.
boat,
Right,
there were all these natives who were
out.
sort of fearing the other side of the gate, trying to get that vibe across with this initial shot. Also, one of the sort of the design goals for the level was to focus on Sly's rail run move. So there are a lot of branches that you can jump on, and feeling pretty ninja-like as you can move on these surfaces that a normal person can't. So Sly, being upgraded to the point of near master thief, is able to traverse the treetops in this very cool kind of anime way.
Yeah, I always thought it was really cool how he moved sort of between using his hook and his feet, and doing regular landings and sliding and running uphill. It just feels like he covers a lot of different sort of modes and the way you move through it. And I remember, actually, before we had the control scheme worked out, you had to use different buttons to land with your feet and grab with your hook, and it would just explode your mind to try and play this level because you're trying to run away from this giant snake and still remember to hit the, circle for this and the square for that or whatever it was. But I just remember it being very sort of exhausting to play in its original control scheme.
Yeah, you really had to memorize the buttons.
How about the modeling on the trees? What were some of the challenges you faced?
Actually, going over polygons.
That sounds kind of interesting, actually. But yeah, it seems like it probably would have been a real pain in the butt.
Cool, scary shapes. We wanted to get out of that, and to get the kind of gnarled branches that we wanted. It was easy to go over poly budget. There's so many of them. That just added up to be kind of a nightmare to go back in and redo some of the modeling and kind of limit our use of the trees. But it turned out looking pretty good, I think.
Did you have to go through any kind of special rigmarole to make sure that the true gameplay path was clean? But I mean, because there are a lot of kind of side branches that don't look playable, yet they exist in the world.
Yeah, I pretty much went through the game tree by tree and placed each branch with a reason. I didn't just go in and just start.
Do every branch?
Every branch has a reason.
Every branch has a reason.
I mean, you can see it.
Every branch that's in the gameplay zone, right? Because I mean, there's those top branches that you can never get to.
Right. The top branches aren't too bad, but some of the branches sticking out of the side of the trunk are separate models, and I put them in there only for visual reasons and to get them out of the way, you know, if they were in the way of gameplay.
That was all of them here. Yep. He's kind of pedant. You didn't hand place the top branches? What a nerd. Alright, last set here.
This level is in many ways, in my opinion, the most sort of evolved from the standpoint of gameplay mechanics in the game. We do some really crazy things with the camera, like when you're sneaking around the edge and the icicles are falling at you, where we've constrained the player to a simple decision-making process, being left or right with the danger coming down on them. But because they're so constrained, you can do totally whack things with the camera and give you this image that you don't normally see in video games as a result. It's more cinematic, and it helps highlight the danger in the case of this level from the guards looking down on you when you sneak around the guard tower or the falling icicles. It's a nice change of pace from just having the top-down playable camera all the time.
You get a bizarre perspective.
Let me ask you this. Okay, so we were recording the voices for the game.
Yes.
And how weird is it to get the script? And the game it's kind of interesting to note that we are not trying to make a cartoon with the voices. Everybody's supposed to be pretty straight-laced. And you're one of the weirder voices in the game with your blah, blah, blah. But a lot of people are very, very dry. Not hammy at all.
Sly Cooper.
Sly Cooper, if he was hammy, we would be in big trouble. But he takes it all seriously.
Wonton. Monkeus spherium. Those are the big guys. Can't look at the big guys.
Seriously. How hard is it to take it seriously or even understand what's going on from the script?
Well, I would say it's actually pretty simple. The idea is that you get a character and you figure out what this character sounds like and what they're who they are and what they want without sounding too ridiculous. This is what it is. And you just say the lines like the character would say them. And fortunately, the lines are not too difficult to manage. A lot of them are, wow, press the circle button.
Fierce thieving raccoons.
And so it's pretty self-explanatory what you need to say, what you need to do. When you get into the crazier stuff about, I think on this other level about, she's making a disgusting soup out of guts and bones. It's just a matter of just going along with the lines and trying to be scared.
Yeah, but I mean, how do you, I don't think you can really use like Stanislavski method when you're trying to picture yourself as a turtle freaked out by a voodoo creation soup.
Well, it's all just the magic of make-believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, well, you say these lines too when if you're writing them or reading them yourself, you say them and you know exactly what you're trying to get across. And the job of the actor.
Oh, no. Listen to all that again.
This level is in many ways, in my opinion, the most sort of
I get to hear
evolved from the
about Bentley
standpoint of
again.
gameplay mechanics in the game. We do some really crazy
Again,
things with
boys.
the camera, like when you're sneaking around the edge and the icicles are falling at you.
This
where
was in
we
the base
constrain
game,
the
right? This
player
isn't a
to,
re-release or
simple
remaster. I don't think
decision-making
many games do
process,
this type of thing.
being
yeah,
left or
this
right
is
with
the
the danger coming
original
down on them.
release.
But
It's even
because they're so
the,
constrained, you can do
even the,
totally
like,
whack
original,
things with the camera and give you this.
So it had two covers,
this
like,
image
because
that
this
you just,
the
you
cover
don't
of the
normally
game,
see
well,
in
it's up,
video
it's on the
games
screen,
as a result.
but it's like super basic.
It's more cinematic.
But they
and it helps
re-released it
highlight
at
the
one point.
danger, in the case of this level,
They
from the
re-released it at
guards
one
looking
point
down
with a
on you when you
different
sneak around the guard
because
tower
it
or the
doesn't
falling
really, like,
icicles.
show the
it's a nice
character
change of
much.
pace from just having
It's a
the
good
top-down
cover, but
playable camera all
it doesn't
the time.
really.
You get a bizarre perspective.
You know.
Let me ask you this. Okay, so
Yeah,
we
Portal
were
did this,
recording
yeah.
the voices for the game.
But even that was
And,
considered
how weird
pretty
is it to get
impressive
the
too.
script? And the game
How much they
is,
packed into the orange
It's
box.
kind of interesting to note that we are not trying to make a cartoon with the voices. Everybody's supposed to be pretty straight-laced, and you're one of the weirder voices in the game with your blah, blah, blah. But a lot of people are very, very dry. Not hammy at all.
Sly Cooper.
Sly Cooper, if he was hammy, we
Orange
would be
box
in
was the
big
best
trouble. But he takes it all seriously. How hard is it to take it seriously or even understand what's going on from the script?
Well, I would say it's actually pretty simple. The idea is that you get a character and you figure out what this character sounds like and what who they are and what they want without sounding too ridiculous. This is what it is. And you just say the lines like the character would say them. And fortunately, the lines are not too difficult to manage. A lot of them are, wow, press the circle button and you'll jump. And so it's pretty self-explanatory what you need to say, what you need to do. When you get into the crazier stuff about...
You press the X button.
I think on the other level about, she's making a disgusting soup out of guts and bones. It's just a matter of just going along with the lines and trying to be scared.
Yeah, but I mean, how do you... I don't think you can really use like Stanislavski method when you're trying to picture yourself as a turtle freaked out by a voodoo creation soup.
Well, it's all just the magic of make-believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, well, you say these lines too when if you're writing them or reading them yourself, you say them and you know exactly what you're trying to get across. And the job of the actor, and I use that term loosely in my regard, is just to try and make sure that everything makes sense that's coming out of your mouth.
Oh my god, I literally missed like 5 seconds of dialogue. Way to go. Alright, what's next? Unseen foe. It was a quality 5 seconds.
So Andrew, you modeled out this level?
Yes, another level that you designed.
What do you like about this world?
Let's see.
Or level, I should say.
What do I like about it?
This is the one we spent a lot of time in.
There's something great about the space. There, the fact that it's taking place, very quickly inside and then outside of these tall, narrow buildings, and that they form both the kind of foreground, sometimes the surroundings, and then actually the background, kind of the sideshow, the thing that you're looking at in the distance. So you're constantly seeing places that you've been before in the level from a distance, from a different vantage point, and I think that gives you this sense of continuous world more than some of the other ones maybe.
That was definitely a goal with
ZeroCounts?
a lot of these
The
snow
game
levels, was to
commentary
give you
guy,
that
right?
inside-outside feeling. Right. And this level starts with something that we thought was going to be really
I'm loving
difficult
this.
for players,
I'm loving
which was
this.
you
I
get
love
up to
hearing
this
this
door and it's locked and there's no way to open it. And there are 2 open windows that you can go in, and it's pretty easy to overcome. This level was actually made before the Paris level, but we had to test it and have people experience the frustration not being able to get through the door to know if it was gonna be okay or if it was gonna be too aggravating to include in the game. But that is a seriously simple mechanic that seems to reflect sort of breaking and entering. Right, and the whole level is like that. You're going in, you're going out, you're on top of roofs.
You're always entering through windows, doors.
This level has a really bizarro laser grid on the floor.
Right.
And it's bizarro because there isn't a discernible pattern how you're supposed to go through it.
Right.
You look at it and you think, okay, if I study this long enough, I'll see that I need to go left, left, right, left.
Right.
But really, there's none of that. You can stare at it for 45 minutes and you won't see the same thing again because it's all just slightly out of cadence with each other.
Yeah.
So you have to, right off, you just have to make it up as you go along.
And once you get into the middle of it, it's pretty. I mean, there's, if you're really paying attention, there's enough time to adjust to what's going on. But it's great because you've got everything out of phase enough that it feels very almost random. One thing about this level too, this is maybe one of the cases where we learned a little bit about not having the level designers model out quite as much of the actual terrain or the walls and things like that. So the buildings initially in this were fairly tightly modeled, and the gameplay was fairly tightly constrained to the buildings, and they were initially fairly straight, like a lot of the stuff is that we get after after level design has been through it. And so making it kind of funky and unusual was a little bit of a challenge, and eventually required us to go back in and change a little bit of the way the spaces were laid out and everything. But I think it ultimately worked out really well. But it was a challenging level because you've got gameplay both on the inside and the outside of these buildings. So the wall is very, in a lot of places we've got room to just push back the wall in places here and there, and in this one it was very tight and brought up its own unique challenges that I think a lot of the other ones didn't have.
Boink. Casual streamer and future Sly Cooper speedrunner. That's me. Two more, I think.
This level was started mostly just like the kind of the opening shot where you're coming out of the cave and you really see this big temple was pretty early in the design of the level, where I wanted to kind of have this kind of picturesque moment here, and also being able to see your end goal from the entrance as well. This is one of the more, I guess we call it pretzel levels, where the course is very much kind of going around itself. It's kind of using this one art space for the different game mechanics. So instead of having a long corridor that has all the mechanics and we have to do art all the way down that corridor or whatever, we take it in one space. In this case, we go outside the temple, we go inside the temple, and then we go across, and you're still able to see the temple when you finish the game, and it's kind of, you're looking down on it. So it's really trying to reuse the art assets by staying in the same space as you're going through the level. This is another one of our earlier uses where we're going to a more extreme camera angle for dramatic effect when you're going into the temple, and having the snow falling away down the cliffs as you go, just for about added drama. And we know exactly what you're going to be doing because the gameplay is constrained to that curve that's kind of hugging the cliff wall here. So we know it's safe to take the camera up into a more extreme position than the
Is he watching me right now?
Camera.
I love in general the kind of circuitous route through this whole level. The fact that you get through one area and then slide down to another and then sidle over across cliff face over to another, and etc. There's kind of an interesting route through the whole level. I like the firework platforms too. Those were a great idea.
I think this was the first use of this use of lasers where it's really close. It's just close to the ground. It's not like sweeping across the whole hallway. It's creating this, this dynamically changing play area that when you first come up to it, it's like, oh, it's fairly intimidating because you see the glow on the ground. You see it's like this, it's constantly changing, but they're actually pretty easy to play. So it's kind of making things, for more inexperienced players, having them see a moment where it looks very dangerous, and then them getting through it successfully is something that it's good because it gives them a sense of accomplishment. So that's the reason why it's just kind of this cool thing. It's actually fairly easy to play through. And once this one was put in the game, there's several other areas where we decided that we could use this and change the speeds and change the sweep patterns to give it a different feel. And just make it faster makes the difficulty harder. So you can definitely dial it up to be challenging. But in this case, it was set up for one of the earlier levels, so it's pretty straightforward actually.
All right, one more.
I kind of use the fireworks in this level as kind of gating mechanisms to keep you kind of dodging and running from Carmelita while you're playing.
Right.
And also just to have bigger kind of these big events during the game.
Just from texturing, I know like on the mugshot where she's shooting at you, the colors were reversed of this. Like in this one, Sly Cooper's path is all cool, and where Carmelita's jumping around is where we kept the warm colors. But in the mugshot one, it's kind of reversed, where Sly's running on the warm path and she's jumping on the cool build ones.
Yeah, doing her effect was kind of funny. She originally had a different, entirely different weapon, and we really wanted to kind of emphasize this stun gun feel, and it was interesting to try and tune because the color tones of the world in general were.
It's crazy how often things change, like. I mean, it's expected, right? We were talking about book editing a long time ago, or like a few streams back. And how you expect to get like a whole bunch of edits back if you give it to a good editor, right? Like in the same way that like a book is like nothing, like the first draft of a book is like nothing like the final copy. This game, like what they're describing, is completely different from what, like the number of times they say like, oh, this changed, this was entirely different, this part was,
she appears in several places, and so it's finding something
realized
that
at
had
the
a
end,
little bit
like
of, this has this icy color, but also
cool.
this sort of orange center to it, and that seemed to
I wonder
work
like how
best across
much,
the different levels.
how many assets and stuff were just like.
So was it your idea always to have
on the cutting room floor at the
that
end,
dragon? Or was it?
After I changed from the Buddha one, it was. I think Devin was the one that mentioned trying to see if we could do a dragon for it, and then which was good because for a Chinese dragon, you have that great shape that you could fold. I was able to fold it and shape it how I needed it for where she's going to stand on and stuff like that. And then you put in all the legs and everything like that.
Yeah, so they're, we're trying to think of places on the dragon, on the high and low points of the humps of the dragon, and then also there are these kind of freestanding poles in the abyss of the mist that you can see down there. That just having her stand in as many different places as possible made her feel really like she was sort of part of the world, but always just out of reach.
Yeah.
Romero talks a lot about how much shit was left on the floor for all his games, pulling all-nighters to work on something just to scrap it the next day.
That's a big thing. You have to keep her on screen.
Right.
Keep her large enough to see her, and at the same time make it seem like you could never get to her.
Right.
So the
you're not tempted
closest
to leap off the path to your death or something like that.
One of the first drafts I did of it had a giant panda Buddha statue laying on his side where she was jumping on. It just wasn't the same. So I'm glad we went with the golden dragon.
Never got to see that one.
I tried to keep it away from people. It wasn't very good.
That's it.
Watch your back,
The end. That's the end of the commentary. GG's. Well, cool. Yeah, this is really, really great. This is a really well-made game. Save that. I guess that's it. Can't exit back to the title. Alright. Yeah, this is fun. I'm glad I played it. I'll definitely play the sequel at some point. We'll put that on the list for next year. I'll try to release a draft list of all the games I plan for next year. I have a lot that I want to get through, but we still have 3 more games on this year's list to play through, so those are going to go kind of roll into next year. The next game is going to be South Park, The Fractured But Whole. So that is going to start probably, I'm guessing, on Wednesday, is my guess. Monday is going to be the next stream. That will be more... that'll be more Board Boosters Ignition Factor runs on Monday. So, next stream will be Monday, and then the next casual stream will be Wednesday, and we'll start South Park. So, that's the end of the stream. Let's find somebody to raid. I ended a little early today. That's okay. I'm pretty exhausted, and I actually have to get up early in the mornings. This works out. Let's see who we got out here streaming. Probably got a fairly significant list considering the time we're ending tonight. Is there anybody else? You know, I haven't done this in a while. Is there anybody else streaming Sly Cooper right now? There are 2 other people. Or no, there's 1 other person. But that's not Sly Cooper. Is it? No, it is. Can't tell. What's going on with their camera? Oh, okay. Dessyria speedrun stream. Well, let's see. I'd like to go into a casual stream here if we can. A lot of folks streaming speedruns tonight. We're gonna raid Gromfaloon. That's where we're gonna go. Gromfaloon's playing Tears of the Kingdom. Okay, thank you everybody for hanging out. Next stream is on Monday. I'll post the schedule for real this time. I will post the schedule this weekend in the Discord so you can see it. I'm not exactly sure what the whole week is going to look like. I know Monday will be Ignition Factor. I know Wednesday will be South Park, but I don't know what the rest of the days look like. I think it's going to be a Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday stream week because I have plans on Saturday. I know I won't be streaming next Saturday. I just don't know what Thursday and Friday look like. But anyway, I'll post it in the Discord so y'all see it. There's a raid message. You can copy and paste it if you would like in Gromfloon's stream when you go on this raid. Thank you everybody for hanging out, and I'll see you all at the next stream on Monday. And I'll be in the Discord until then. So, bye everybody. See you later.